Legendary Pokemon and mythical Pokemon. What's the difference? A lot of people think they're the same thing or just don't know the difference. Well, to start things off, a legendary Pokemon is a Pokemon that is super rare but also known about. Often tied to the story of the game you're playing, like Groudon and Kyogre in Ruby and Sapphire. Or like Zacian and Samacenta in Sword and Shield, who both have stories about how they once saved the Galar region. One of the most important distinctions between a legendary and a mythical Pokemon is that a legendary Pokemon will always be catchable in the game they belong to. Now, a mythical Pokemon is basically a legendary Pokemon, but much more rare. Often in time, people don't know they actually exist, and not many stories about them exist either. There are exceptions like Celebi, for example, who has a ton of lore behind it. On the Japanese side of Pokemon, they are referred to as the illusory Pokemon, which is a lot more fitting. But how do you tell the difference? Well, a mythical Pokemon can usually not be obtained through normal gameplay, and are mostly tied to special events or event distributions. Just like how you can catch Mewtwo in Generation 1, but you can't catch Mew without the use of glitches, because Mewtwo is a legendary and Mew is a mythical. Another thing to note is that all mythical Pokemon will always have a base stat total of 600, just like pseudo-legendary Pokemon, which is another category, with the exception of Arceus and Phione, who are both also classified as mythical Pokemon. There are some legendary Pokemon that also have a base stat total of 600, like Zygarde, but if it can be caught in the game it's introduced in, it is classified as a legendary. Deoxys is catchable in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but Deoxys is still considered a mythical Pokemon because it was not obtainable through normal means in Ruby and Sapphire where it was introduced. The rules can be a little bit finicky, but I do hope that this helps you tell the difference in some way.